And welcome back to another BobBlast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is a continuation of Tools of the Trade. And it's all about drawing materials back into a canvas or a paper painting. I'm asked that question so many times. Can I draw back? And I thought it was all finished. I varnished it. And can I get? Yes. The answer is yes. All right. I have here some examples of paper pieces where I will draw back into the piece, even while it's still wet, with charcoals. And I know everyone says, oh, that's wrong. Well, there it is. It's the right kind of wrong for me. You know, if I'm doing it wrong, then I know I'm really pushing myself a little bit here. Or there's more about using magic marker kind of inks, and I'm going to show you those, drawing back into the painting. I just love doing this stuff. Here's one that's almost finished. What I like about this is that I can play with the charcoals and powdered charcoals even on top of the finished varnish piece. I'll show you how I'll do that too. And I just love to draw. And I love to, especially I love to draw back into a painting and to see where all it goes. So let me show you some of the tools that I use to get back into the painting. So here are the materials that I use on my canvases. Here's my table. I love drawing with these. They're water soluble. So these are the Lyras. Great for drawing, strong drawings, big hunks of carbon, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but it works so great. And yeah, I do use sometimes the Sharpies, but make sure it says oil-based. It will be, if it's not oil-based, it's not permanent. So make sure they're permanent. These are my top favorite Derwents. These are the Faber-Castells Pitt Artist Pens, all right? And I like to use them along with my Derwents. These are Derwent, just black, super black, great for drawing. And here's my Pitt Artist Pen from Faber-Castell. Beautiful lines, nice and black. Just beautiful lines and lots of different kinds of thicknesses too. Nice black, okay. I can draw back into my painting that way. And then there's also these Holbein acrylic ink refillable canisters. That this is a beautiful, beautiful tip here. It's a felt tip, and they come in different widths, and so it's solid acrylic paint. So you can actually put color down this wide, and it's pure paint. That's the whole idea of having your own acrylic ink. Refillable markers is what they are. And of course, I'm using the Holbein inks for those. There's a whole box of Derwent's drawing pencils that I love so much. You'll see I'll hit this with water in a minute, with different blacknesses, all right? And yeah, Derwent sketching. Now, you know it's a drawing pencil that's water soluble if you can see this little icon of a paintbrush. Now I know it's water soluble. All right, and a couple of more things that are fun to play with. Now these are acrylic, water-based. Wow, look at this. That's just so beautiful. That's the kind you have to push up and down until you load up that tip full of paint. But I love drawing back into, because they're acrylic and they're compatible with all these acrylic finishes. Stabilos. Oh, you got to have some of these. These are the woodies. And what I like about them is that you can draw freely with it. And drawing yellow back into the red. And more. Okay. But they're fantastic. They're called Stabilis. They even come with their own cool pencil sharpener because it's an extra fat, there you go, drawing tool, so it needs its own special sharpener. It comes with these kits, alrighty? Also, as I say, the Lyras are so much fun to play with because it's water soluble, all right? I have basically a scratching tool. This is just a piece of wood. I put some tape on it because I love to draw back into my pieces, all right? Now, speaking of color, Derwent, oh boy. I know you have colored pastels and you have all kinds of other things that dissolve in water. This is a Derwent. It's the ink tints. And they come as blocks. I like to show you the lid. This is a block. They look like pastels, and they are not pastels, all right? They're beautiful. They come as a pencil also. Make sure it's either going to be a block on here or a photograph of a pencil. Let me just show you how beautiful these work. There's the red. And as I say, they break real easily. No problem. I'm gonna stick out some yellow in here. That would be what happens in here. There we go. Now I should hit it with water. Let's see what happens when we do water. Just water on my brush. There we go. And again, it's all going to work just beautifully. Look at that Lyra. On a canvas, whether it's been varnished or not. Look at this. Those are those pencils. Are you kidding me? That's why they're called ink tints, because they are intense. And now it's acrylic going into acrylic on top of a surface. It all works, it's compatible. When it's all done, then of course, I'm gonna have to seal it later on. But right now, I'm just showing you how wonderful it is to draw right in there. Let me do one of these on one of my paintings that I've already started. And for this part, I'm going to be using a woody Stabilo red, water-soluble, and an oil-based Sharpie drawing that goes right into one of my paintings I'm working on right now. Here we go. So this has already been attacked with my first coat of white on top of black, scraping and scratching, and some parts have been varnished. So what I'm going to be doing is do what I like to do. Just drawing. This is part of my series called Candy from Heaven. Some are pretty obvious candies. I love all this, what I'm doing here. Everything's falling down. So yeah, I can draw solid lines using the Sharpie, oil-based, or here's the Stabilos. And that's the red. I'm going to use some of this light green in here just to see what that would do. Of course, it's going to be so subtle. I hope it shows up on your screen. So I'm going to hit it now with just water. Just water. So see, you can do drawing techniques. Drawing techniques. Come back in with water. Continue on. So yes, these drawing tools work just great. So the answer is yes, you can always go back in. Wipe it away in here. Subtle. It's so subtle, I sure hope you can see it. I'm gonna do one more yellow over here. This is wet into wet. So, which I like to do. There's no any order, like you do this one first, do that one second. No, I'm just painting at this point, seeing how much I can get away with. There we go. So, after you do the drawing back into an already established painting, you've got to seal it, protect it, especially if it's water-based paint. You want to make sure it's really in the canvas. Let me show you some really great stuff to put on your canvases or your paper pieces to seal it. So it gives it that UV protection. Let me show you. So when I'm finished the painting with the drawing materials and whatever I put on there, you have to varnish it to seal it, protect it good UV varnish always works great, right? It's water-based. Classic one has always been the Golden's polymer varnish with UVLS. Perfect. But wait, it's water-based. And I've just done charcoal and pencils that will dissolve in water. So if I brush this on, I'll smear it. Thank goodness for this. This is a great product, especially for if you're a pastel artist, watercolorist, and or just want good, clean fixes up on top of your painting. Spectrafix. Spectrafix. It's a spray pump. Here's the other one. More modern design. Needs no batteries. It's fantastic. This goes on top of my watercolors. It goes on top of all my pastels. Anything that dissolves in water, I know that I'm going to protect it with this spray. It's a beautiful, it's casein. Casein is milk without whey. Look at this fine, I don't know if you can see it. Look at that, beautiful. Just like you get the hair salon. So you can buy it now with this modern technology. I love it. It works perfect. There's a reason there's cows on this. There's a reason why this is the rainbow graphic design. It's all healthy, non-toxic, and it comes from milk without whey. Can you believe it? Just to let you know, the Sistine Chapel ceiling, a watercolor in wet plaster Paris, sealed in casein. They even knew way back then that if you seal it with casein, it'll protect it. And have you seen it lately? Pretty nice and clean. So those are my materials I use to go back into the painting. I hope you've learned a little bit more about these materials. And don't be afraid to try these things. Try, especially if someone says, don't do these things. Do them. It's a great way to learn how to be a painter. I hope you enjoyed this and helps you along the way on your next journey. I'll see you on the next BobBlast. Hi there, I'm Bob Burridge, and most of you know me as a workshop instructor. Well, did you know I do a lot of them online too? A lot of them. And you are in luck because this month, December, is a 50% Black Friday sale on all my online workshops. Imagine, you've seen them where we do abstracts, we do beginners, we do loosen up, we have the figure paintings, we do all of that stuff, just like art school, all online. So how do you get there? Well, you can go to my website, to robertburridge.com. I can't wait to see you at my next online workshop.